closest and brightest spiral galaxy to our own, the Milky Way, which we see from the inside as a fuzzy band of light cutting a path across our sky. Galaxies are large spheres or disks of stars, gas, and dust. They represent the large-scale building blocks of matter spread throughout the cosmos. Galaxies come in all shapes and sizes, and some 100 billion are known to lie scattered in groups, clusters, or simply on their own throughout the visible universe. Galaxies comprise one of the most fascinating classes of targets for observers armed with backyard telescopes. Generally speaking, the brightest few hundred are visible in a 4-inch scope under a dark sky. The best few thousand galaxies are within reach of an 8-inch telescope. Several dozen show enough details to be really intriguing. The key is to get to as dark a sight as you possibly can. Galaxies have so-called low surface brightnesses. That is, their light is spread around enough to make little individual parts of them appear faint. So the darker the sky, the better, and the larger the scope, the more you'll see. Many kinds of galaxies are visible in backyard telescopes. Galaxies can be challenging from less than dark skies. The best galaxies are visible in the spring and autumn skies away from the Milky Way, our own galaxy that dominates the summer and winter skies. The brightest galaxies are visible in binoculars. The best way to observe them, however, is to use at least a 4-inch telescope. Get a good star chart like Astronomy's Atlas of the Stars, a red flashlight to preserve your night vision, and a good range of eyepieces for your scope that will provide both low and medium magnifications. Start with low powers, 50 times or so, and find the galaxy by star hopping or with your telescope's computer-aided drive. You'll see most galaxies as a small gray-green smudge of light floating among the field stars. As you stay outside longer and adapt to the darkness, your eyes will gain sensitivity and show more detail in the objects. You can also use a nice technique called averted vision to see more in faint objects like galaxies. When you have the galaxy centered, look off to the edge of the field of view and you'll see more faint detail in the galaxy. This utilizes the rods along the edges of your eye, which are extremely sensitive to faint light. Galaxies come in a variety of shapes and forms. The most familiar, spiral galaxies, comprise a large number of the brightest systems visible in backyard telescopes. Another type of galaxy, the barred spiral, includes the Milky Way. This class resembles a spiral galaxy with a wheel-like disk of stars surrounding a bright center, but the galaxy's nucleus has a bar-like structure embedded in it. Unlike spiral galaxies, elliptical galaxies appear like huge spheres of stars without any disk-like structure. This class holds both the smallest galaxies, dwarf ellipticals not much larger than the biggest star clusters, and the largest, supermassive ellipticals that contain more than 1 trillion stars. The most elusive class, irregular galaxies, holds a challenge for backyard observers. These motley, disorganized bunches of stars have very low surface brightnesses and therefore are quite hard to spot. The strangest class of galaxies is dubbed peculiars. These objects, often the results of galactic collisions or mergers, lack systematic form and don't conveniently fit into any of the other classes. For more examples of galaxies to go after and more tips on observing deep sky objects, see Astronomy magazine. I'm Dave Eicher. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.